Hi, my name's Lorraine. I am a clinical skills facilitator at the University of Edinburgh Medical School, also a member of KEP faculty and the director of Edinburgh Community Yoga, where we run NHS staff wellbeing programmes. So you may have noticed that lately you are finding it a little bit more difficult to concentrate. You may be having difficulty making decisions, thinking rationally, or you might be noticing that you are a little more easily startled than normal, you're getting a fright more easily, or you have some anxious feelings. And this is a really normal response to stressful events. So if we think about the part of the nervous system that controls the stress response as being the autonomic nervous system, split into two branches that work together. The parasympathetic nervous system is the relaxation response, essential for resting, for digesting, and for finding space to be calm and steady. And the sympathetic nervous system is fight or flight, so the part of the nervous system that helps us to either fight or flee from danger or threat. Sympathetic nervous system increases heart rate, increases respiratory rate, and really gives our body the information that we need to get ready to mobilise energy, whereas the parasympathetic nervous system has the opposite function. And normally it's important that we can move between both of these systems, sympathetic, parasympathetic. Now we live in a world where we're easily overwhelmed, not usually by life-threatening tigers jumping out of the wood to get us, but by many, many other daily things that are not so easy to get away from. So many of us are already existing in a state of being a little bit more sympathetically driven and maybe having less time for the parasympathetic nervous system to get online. If you take something like the current situation with COVID-19, that can just tip us a little bit more into a state of being chronically stressed. And what that means is that the amygdala, so the amygdala is the alarm bell of the brain, it's in the limbic system, it starts to become highly sensitized and a bit hyperactive. So the amygdala is clever because it's designed to protect us from threat and danger. It's a bit like the alarm bell of the brain, or it is the alarm bell of the brain. When it is activated, it kicks the frontal and prefrontal cortex offline, so the parts of the brain that we need for executive functioning, cognitive thought processing, rational decision making. Those parts of the brain actually can't really work when the amygdala is highly sensitized and overactive. And that is why we experience some of the symptoms that we do when we're stressed. We also start to release cortisol and adrenaline, giving us that kind of slightly anxious feeling, and maybe we start to notice things like we are getting coughs and colds more frequently, as immune function can be affected by constant release of cortisol. Too much cortisol can also affect our memory, which can contribute to feelings of overwhelm. So what we need to be able to do is work to get the parasympathetic nervous system back online, and we need to actively make time to do this. And one of the most expedient ways that we can do this is by working with the breath to activate the vagus nerve and get the relaxation response back online. So this breathing ball is from an app called the Breathing App by Eddie Stern. Really highly recommend it. There's a link on the KEP page to it. And you can breathe with this ball, inhaling as the ball expands, breathing down in the belly, expanding through the rib cage and the tummy, exhaling, releasing. Inhaling as the ball expands, exhaling, releasing. Just trying that for a couple of minutes, breathing with the ball. Inhaling, expanding, exhaling, releasing. The exhale slightly longer than the inhale. Thanks very much. You can check out our other videos for other top tips on managing stress at this time.